Hello, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. So I'm going ahead and trying this again. I tried this to get this grass. We actually had planted grass seed, and maybe I better tell you this part, that one, I can't use that one knee, so I actually have to put the pressure on my hands and my good knee. So I have to get in all kinds of fixes to get there, but I'm going to get there. And then we had put grass, we had planted grass, and some of it in a rain, of course, got washed down right here, right in front of our little setting area. And I tried a hoe, and it just scraped over the top and left the roots. So, and then I tried one of my little things that I use to dig up weeds, but it did not work either, because these are just too clumped into the ground. The roots go so far, and it's just going to be a mess. I've tried it several times, but I thought, well, while the ground is soft, I might as well get out there and try that again. And sure enough, my knife, I love a garden knife, and I really like Fiskars, but I'm a little upset at the because for the last 3 years I've not been able to find one, and you can tell this one is bent just a little. These last a good long time, but they don't last forever, and I need to be able to purchase more. The ones that I found other than this are way expensive, so but we'll see. I mean, they're definitely worth it if you can afford it, but I love the Fiskars ones. But I used to just use a garden spade, and I still use it some, but I don't use it very much anymore since I found this. This is just works so much better. But this is the only thing I found that will be able to get down underneath the root. And here's some of this grass growing back up again. I thought I had all of it out, but I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. I have plenty of it growing in other spots, although I do like this grass. But and also I was going to say that I go ahead and put this in a bucket, because these roots, if I left them there, they would simply transplant or root themselves into the ground. And I don't want that. I don't want to have to do this again if I can keep from it. So that's why I'm putting it in the bucket, and then I'll empty the bucket and I'll come back and I'll do it again until I can get all of this area all the way over to the sidewalk done. So I have this little area that I was digging the grass out all cleaned up now, and my next project for it is to plant some more grass. I'm going to plant creeping Jenny. Here is the plant, and then I was going to show you underneath here, because it's shaded under here. I put some lamium, and I think it will go ahead and spread out and have a good start. This little right here in the middle is creeping Jenny, and that is what I'm planning on putting. Oh, looky there, there's another sprig of grass naturally. I knew I wouldn't get it on. I think I broke that one off. Nope, I got it that time. So, and I probably better move it from that area. Those things are notorious for putting those little roots right back down in the ground as soon as it rains. And we do have rain in the forecast. I'm not really sure if it's for our area, but close to us if not. I hope we do get some. As you can see, this ground, I did this a couple of days ago, or maybe just one. But anyway, it's already beginning to harden over, so I may wait until we have a good rain. I may have to, simply because there's not time. Excuse me. That's another bad thing about spring. There's so much to do. You cannot get it all done as quickly as you want to. And we did start painting our building. We didn't get very far and we ran out of paint. So I'm not sure if we're going to risk going down. We probably will, because we'll have to get some food anyway. So we'll probably go down, even though we're still trying to do the social distancing. And hopefully it'll help our whole nation not to be, or our area of the nation, and everybody else is doing it too, as far as trying their best to do everything that we can to not spread the coronavirus. So here is the side we did get. And actually this is kind of a pale yellow, which is one of my favorite colors. I would say it is my favorite color, but I love all the colors. It's just not fair to have a favorite when you love them all so much. That's just the way I feel about children and nieces and nephews and all that. So you can't have a favorite because you just love them all. But I noticed that this is so bright. It's pale and pretty, and I love it, but it is extremely bright compared to our other colors. So we'll see. But I'm also thinking that it won't be too bright once I get my decor back on it. I think it's going to even it out and be beautiful. Yellow is a pretty color to blend other colors together with. These little decor got a little bit of splatter on them from the wind was just really, it was really too high to go ahead and do this, but we finally decided. We already waited a day longer than we planned to, and for the area that I live in, you just have to learn to do things in the wind sometimes. But I hated it that it got on this little one, because my nephew, my great nephew Trey, painted this for me, and I just love it. We are getting a little bit of rain today, and as you can tell, our forsythia bushes are going green. Probably the next time I show them to you, there won't be any yellow on them. And I have not gotten nearly done what I would have liked to, but it's not from lack of effort. So because we have painted, we haven't finished the painting, and we've definitely cleaned up a little, but it is such a little compared to all that has to be done. I wanted to show you how much the hostas have grown, some of them, and then there's others that are farther back under the eave of the house that are just not coming up very well yet, because I need to get out here and water them. I'm going to have to redo a few of my hoses and get those lined up a little better, but hopefully we'll get some of that stuff done. But mostly I've been working in the back, and this is in the front, where I did have quite a bit of it already cleaned out. These are hostas back here too. Our rains have been wonderful. We haven't got a lot of rain, but they've been much needed, and they've helped a lot. They've helped me because I haven't had to water yet, and that's left me more time to do the painting and to do some of the cleaning. So I've just got to keep going, and I'll get there. I always get anxious to put in new plants from the nurseries. But with our social distancing, I haven't been to the nurseries. I did go the last time we went to get groceries at Walmart. I did go through theirs, but I'm just not ready yet. I love to get it all cleaned out first. That does not mean that I will, because sometimes when you start seeing something you want, it's actually a good thing to just go ahead and get it, because it may not be there when you're ready for it. You can always keep them inside, or if you have a a nursery where you can, or a greenhouse where you can keep them. So as we listen to it rain, I was going to tell you that all up this fence row and all the way in the back, we did get cleaned out, which of course leaves just all the rest of the garden, which is a lot, that still needs to be cleaned out. In this building we still plan to paint if we can, and if you see, still have plastic here and there and everywhere, and these are because I went ahead and took the things off the building and put them into plastic bags until we can get them back on there. And a lot of those need to be repainted too, which they needed it all along, but once I get the building painted, it just makes me want to go ahead and spruce up the things I'm going to put back on there, at least somewhat. But when we do get finished, this is going to look so pretty with the yellow and the red bud color. Another thing that I've been doing is fixing some of the broken stuff from out in the garden. This little thing just busted everywhere, so I glued it back together and have rubber bands holding it. The handle even broke off, but hopefully that'll save it, and it'll last quite a bit longer. Actually, this little cup is a gift from my sister, so I definitely do want to keep it going. And then the other thing that I glued back was some of this, this is a household welder. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm hoping it does, because there were several places in this that actually had fallen apart. And I know you may not think much of this, but my brother painted this for me, and not only did he paint it, but he put his name on it. And it means a lot to me too. He did all this painting for me when he was actually dying of cancer, and I don't suppose anybody could have a better brother than that.